We're here at historic Moffett Field. The famous hangar's right there. Well, some really cool stuff's going on. And the Vertical Flight Society, Mike, has been around for not quite as long as Moffett Field, but for a long time. Why don't you tell us about what it is, and then we'll have a conversation about all the exciting stuff here.
Absolutely. So the Vertical Flight Society was founded in 1943, so we just had our 77th birthday. We were founded as the American Helicopter Society just when helicopters were starting to come out, and the people that work on helicopters said, we really need a society that helps bring everybody together in order to understand the challenges and to overcome those challenges. And you see that's very similar today with so many new things coming up, new ideas for aviation, new technology, new ideas, and we're helping to bring everybody together and tackle those challenges.
And there's an exciting prize here, but before we talk about today's prize, let's talk about the one you guys organized many years ago.
Yeah, so in 1980 we started the Igor I. Sikorsky human-powered helicopter competition, and the Sikorsky Prize was for the first team, the first person or whatever that would fly a aircraft vertically. It had to hover for a minute, 10 feet off the ground, and stay within a general circle. And there was some initial progress in that area, people getting off the ground a little bit inches, but it was really kind of dormant until Sikorsky Aircraft increased the prize money to $250,000, and then suddenly a lot more interest. So the bigger prize had more interest. A team from Toronto, Aravello, won that prize in 2013. So it took 33 and a third years, a third of a century, to win that prize. But it was really a great day for education and for understanding and promoting vertical flight technology.
And here we are 7 years later. Those seeds that were planted then are starting to sprout up in different ways, right?
Yeah, so when GoFly team came to us and they were interested in starting this prize, we had just come off that very successful human-powered helicopter competition, and we realized how inspiring that is for people to see something that's that tough. We didn't expect anybody to have a human-powered helicopter in their garage that they're going to fly to work. I mean, that's not possible with the laws of physics, but it was very inspiring and got a lot of people interested in vertical flight, and we see that as a real benefit also from this GoFly Prize, where I don't know if and when people have personal flying devices, but it has inspired thousands of people who are participating in the GoFly experience. I'll say there's been hundreds of teams from all countries around the world, and probably millions of people have seen it, heard about it, and been inspired by the GoFly competition.
Well, and it seems like everyone wins, because this reminds me a lot of the Google fiber initiative about a decade ago, when they had a winning city, Kansas City, but a lot of other cities ended up with gigabit broadband because it inspired a bunch of other people to offer gigabit.
Absolutely, and that's really what we see with all the changes in technology, all the new things with batteries and computer control, flight controls, and being able to design and develop aircraft much lower cost than in the past. There's really this revolution that's now happening, and the United States probably needs another 10,000 engineers in the next 10 years to be able to support and develop all these programs to meet the needs. So this is something that's really necessary, and I think a vital role that it plays in inspiring people to pursue careers in vertical flight and aerospace in general.
Well, and we just heard from a former FAA administrator and talking about things like innovation and importance of certification and talking to FAA.
Yeah, absolutely. And people complain about the FAA, but in the last 5 years or so, they have really been leaning forward in all types of new aircraft. So with electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft for urban air mobility and other things, these interesting personal flying devices that GoFly has been supporting. So the FAA is really postured to listen and learn and trying to adapt and support these developments. And it's really partly because of lessons learned with drones. The FAA was not postured to help support the development of the drone industry, and so a lot of that development, commercialization went offshore to China and things like that. So we don't want to miss this opportunity again.
Well, and it seems like, talking to some of the folks doing this, it is very important to have a lot of this technology here, right?
Yeah, absolutely. This has potential in the trillions of dollars of market over the next several decades. There is a great national interest in having that trillions of dollars happen here in the U.S.
And that last panel was from corporate America, if you will, or companies that you wouldn't necessarily expect to be in the aerospace business, like Hyundai. And so what were your thoughts there?
Yeah, so pretty much all of the aerospace companies are looking at these smaller electric aircraft, and the automotive industry see themselves more as mobility companies. So as automobiles have gone from being traditional piston engines now to electric power, there is maybe a similar things happening with aircraft. And for them to reinvent themselves as mobility companies, they need to take advantage of these technologies and be able to field systems or to be able to bring products to market that the public can use to both improve their ability to get where they need to go and improve the efficiency of the system, but also that should produce great return on investment for the automotive companies.
Well, Mike, I really appreciate catching up with you and your insight, so thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you.